Morning, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Monterosa, Rusty, Comet, John. What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well. Another day. Another Wednesday. All right. Please drop a like on the video if you haven't already. Okay. Why haven't I took any trades? I have. You're talking about the challenge account? I don't have any day trades available. It's a margin account, so I'll have 2 trades left tomorrow. I'll have 2 trades available tomorrow. But I've been just trading on the main account. All right. So just waiting for those to open up, and then I can take some trades. But let's get started. Hope everyone's having a good morning. Today is Wednesday, middle of the week, my least favorite trading day, right? If you've been watching me for a decent amount of time, I don't really like to trade on Wednesdays. Price action tends to get choppy. Breakouts tend to be weaker. FOMC minutes today. CPI as well. Right, all things that are going to affect the market. Still trying to figure out why it's hazy, the screen. It's not clear enough for my liking. Not sure why it's doing that. So VIX, right? Multiple rejections across the board. Here we are again in pre-market, right at that 33.95 level, right? Rejected once, twice, 3 times. Broke out yesterday, pulled back. Now it's testing it again, right? This level here, setting an alert right at that previous high. If this breaks, I'm taking puts again, right? Simple as that. If this breaks, I am taking puts on SPX. 34.43. Right, if that breaks, we test 34.88, and then if that breaks, we should really see a pretty nice move to the upside here. There we go. 35.48. Okay, higher and higher lows. All right, so that's exactly how I'll trade that. I wanted to cover something. I wrote it down. Let me check. Oh, bull flag and a downtrend. That's what I wanted to cover. That and confirmation is what I wanted to cover. Okay. So what I wanted to cover is how to go about playing a bull flag in a downtrend. Right, we see it all the time. We had it yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. So here is SPX. Let's see. So this was yesterday's price action. We didn't really get the breakout though that I was looking for. Let's see, try and find another example. All right, here's a bull flag, but it broke to the downside. All right, typically these bull flags will break out. It'll break out, break through, and then come back down, make a lower high, and then fall back down, right? This is what always happens. right? Which is why for a bull flag, if we're in an overall downtrend, right? Zoom out a little bit. Overall downtrend on the smaller time frame, it's more likely that the breakout's going to get rejected, and it has a better risk to reward, right? So, for example, here, I'll look for a rejection either at the high of the flag, right? High of the flag, or the next resistance above that I think could potentially get rejected, right? Right around this zone here, right? Was a previous support, acted as a resistance, and acted as a resistance, right? So we have 3 touches across this level here. I would look for a rejection in this zone, and then for a lower high to be created, right? Pop up, come back down, create a lower high, and then I use that previous dip as an entry point, right? This level right here is now my entry point for puts, right? I'm entering puts here. Let me change the color of the box to green, right? With a stop loss above the high, right? So entering puts here, stop loss is above the high if we continue to the upside. And then the price target is always the bottom of the flag, and then the bottom of the flagpole. Right, so this would be the first price target. I'll make it yellow. And then the next price target is the bottom. Right, looking for that move here. And that's how you play a bull flag breakout in a downtrend. Right, same goes for, opposite, right? A bearish wedge in an uptrend, right? Same thing. All works the same. Does that make sense to everyone? Give me a thumbs up or a yes or something to show me you're alive and understanding in the chat. I would appreciate it. Also drop a like. I would appreciate it. So let's try and find another example. So you said Tesla was a good example of that yesterday. Tesla never really broke out, though. That's the thing. It broke out to the downside. It didn't break out to the upside first. So I want to find a breakout. Awesome. Well, I can't find one right now, but okay, I want to cover this pattern as well. This is a very common occurrence. See this pattern all the time, right? This, as soon as you see this on a chart, right, and you're probably like, what is this? So let me actually go over what is this, right? Multiple rejections in a downtrend, right? We have one low, right? And you can also draw it like this. Okay. Let me change the color of this. Right, so multiple rejections. The lows are starting to be more and more even. Right, so we have one low, we have another low, and then we have a higher low. Right, so this is the low here. We're bouncing basically off of this level here, right, across the board, while the highs are getting lower and lower. Right, and then notice, right, we have a higher low put in place. We break out over this pink trend line, and now we're consolidating right below this resistance here, right? This double top. Right, so we have a previous support, now acting as a resistance, and then acting as a resistance again. Right, so the entry point on this is always over the high. Right over this high, I'm taking an entry as soon as we break this level, right? Regarding confirmation, right? A lot of people will ask, do you wait for confirmation? Do you wait for a candle close? In my opinion, now this might be a controversial take, I don't believe in confirmation, right? Just because a candle closes over a level does not mean it can still fail, right? So I think it's like a big mistake, in my opinion, right? Obviously, everyone has their own opinion. But personally, I don't believe in confirmation. I'm taking it as soon as it breaks, right? But before I enter my position, I already have a stop loss and a price target in mind where I'm taking my profits or I'm taking the loss. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, on confirmation. Interested to hear everyone's opinion on that, on confirmation, right? Just because a candle closes over a level or below a level doesn't mean it still can't, go in that direction. Anything can happen, right? Which is why I like to have the predefined levels charted out, right? So, for example, if I enter here, let's make it green to signify entry point, right? This is the entry point. If I enter there, my stop loss is right here, right in this zone, right? And the box doesn't have to be like a certain width or anything, right? Just a general region below. Okay. And price target is always the highs, right? So first price target is going to be this level, right? Previous support acted as resistance. Bowback agrees. I feel like when I take strategies with confirmation, I miss the biggest move. Yup, maybe not confirmation, but gives more conviction. Okay, right. I'd rather take a trade on a retest than confirmation. Okay. And so many confirmations turn the opposite way. Yep. Right. So, the thing with confirmation is there's so many different ways that you can change your opinion to make you think that it's confirmed, right? Like, so many different factors in the market are constantly changing. So, right, if it closes above an EMA or a VWAP or something, right, is it really confirmed, or are you just trying to convince yourself that it really is, right? So how do you get around that? The way I do is I just play the levels, right? I have an entry point, I have a stop loss, and I have a price target, right? If this level breaks, I take calls. I'm waiting for a move to this side. I'm scaling out. And if it continues to run, I'm taking my runner's profit here, right? If I enter here and it comes back down and it breaks support, I exit. And that's it. It's as simple as that. I keep my strategy simple. It takes no thinking. A first grader could do it. No confirmation for Brad. Helps you stay patient. Okay. How do you set a stop loss when forecasting contract price? That's the thing. So I don't care about contract price. I'm trading, right? So if you're trading based on the chart, you have to take an exit based off the chart, right? You can't do it based on the contract price because the Greeks are all different every single time. Implied volatility is different every single time. So it's always going to be slightly different. It's never going to be the same. So I'm ready. I don't care if it's 10% profit, 20% profit, 100% profit, 1,000% profit, right? Whatever it is, I'm aiming to trade my plan or plan my trade and trade the plan, right? So if I enter here at $100 a contract, and let's say at here it's $120 a contract, I'm exiting my position and reducing my risk to the market, right? I want to reduce my overall exposure to the market. That's what I'm doing, right? Or, right, let's say this is my first price target, right? I enter in for 100 and I take profits at 200, right? It all depends on the setup. Contract price is irrelevant in my opinion. I'll pay whatever it is. If the chart looks good, I'll take it. All right, I do one trade at a time. I never take more than one trade. Unless the setup looks top tier, then I would. But most of the time, I'm just taking one trade at a time. I'm waiting for the setup to play out, right? I don't want to have too much capital exposed to the market. How do you spot 100% gainers? You don't. right? No one, right? You don't know if it's gonna give you 100% or not. But based on the risk to reward, right, you can kind of see, you know, if it works out, what's gonna happen. Like for example, if we entered like 250 calls here, on a breakout over this level, this is easily going to be over 100%, because this is a lot of room to run, right? Short stop loss below, a lot of room to run. If this breaks, we're pushing up to here. All right, so let's hit play, see what happens, right? Let's say we take 245 calls. So this is actually interesting, right? Our entries here, and it drops back down, right? Breaks out, retests, and now we have multiple touches across the board, right in this region, right? So entry is still here, waiting for an entry. Stop loss would be below if we enter here. And there you have it. There's like the move. And look how, right, comes back down before hitting that final price target. Right, so it all depends on, you know, time frame and you know, when your expiration is. This is exactly what we look for though, right? Those breakouts. So another question, what is your confirmation? What if you take something based on confirmation? What makes you confident that it's confirmed? Right? What is your criteria for something to be confirmed? Are you waiting for something to close over an EMA? Are you waiting for a VWAP break? What's your way of confirmation? Right, if you use confirmation, I would like for you to drop a comment. Let me know what you do. So Minati said, I like confirmation to stop me from many stop hunts. Okay. The way I get around that is I have my mental stops below supports. That's the way I get around it. MACD is what you use. So regarding today, go over some setups that I'm looking at today. SPX, SPY, absolutely every single day, always keeping an eye on it. We're in the middle of a range, right? The goal in trading is to not trade in a range, right? You want to trade for breakouts and things that can potentially continue. Right, so why are we in a range, right? Yesterday and the past 2 days, right, we created this move from 355 all the way from 369, right? We were previously trading in this range right here. Right, we saw multiple whipsaws back and forth, right, from 355 to around 362, right? We rejected this level multiple times, right? Once, twice, 3 times was a previous support. So this level, right, gonna act as resistance if we test it again. We have a double bottom here at 355.81 or 355.71, right in that region, right? So this level, need to watch today. We are flagging, right? This is a perfect falling wedge to the downside, right? I am going to be watching puts if we break below here, right? In pre-market, we're sitting right at the highs here, right? If I inverse this chart, I know 1000% everyone's taking a trade this way, right? Every one of you is going to look for a breakout this way, right? And that's to the downside, right? This is the inverse chart. So how do we go about playing this, right? Let's plan the trade quickly, right? Gonna enter puts here with a stop loss below and a price target at the highs here. That's how we do it. Arrow, I'll change to red. Maybe it'll help you. I'd keep an eye on that. It's for puts, and I'll change this to red too. And I'll change this to red. Nope, because that's the price target. All right, so this is what I'm looking at today. If we break to the upside here, right, technically, you know, to the well, it is technically the upside, but in this inverse chart, it's to the downside. Right, this area we can bounce here around 359, 360. And if you want to inverse your chart, if you're on Windows, Alt I, or on Mac, Option I, I'm pretty sure. So this is what I'm looking at. Set my alert right here. This is to the downside, so puts would be the thing here. Let's take a look at pre-market action. All right, look where we are rejecting. All right, previous resistance. This is in pre-market from yesterday, so it's obviously not as strong, but need to keep an eye. Why the inverse chart? It doesn't really do anything besides give you a different perspective. Nope, I would take puts right here, right around 357.45 or 357, just 357. All right, this region, if I enter here, stop losses here, price targets here. All right, everyone should chart this out. This is a perfect falling wedge. All right, but this is the inverse chart. Right, overall downtrend, this is going to follow the direction. But if this does break to the upside, excuse me, I'm going to look for a rejection here and to play puts at this level here. Puts if this rejects and creates a lower high. Boom. Just like that. How am I getting volume lines instead of a histogram? I have no idea. I just have the VRVP, BT Cloud, and volume. That's it. This is a very clean looking chart though. If everyone could please drop a like on the video, I would really appreciate it. 200 of you here. Awesome. Next day trade on the challenge account will be tomorrow, Thursday. That's when I have two day trades. So looking to double that as quickly as possible. Unfortunate the first play we took ended up in a loss, but it obviously happens. Appreciate everyone dropping a like on the video. It definitely helps. Gonna be doing, right, I do these streams every single morning. Any questions you have, I answer. So I appreciate all the support. Your problem is confidence in what you're seeing. You tend to have someone else to confirm. So the only way to have more confidence is to spend more time in front of the screen, and actually go through it. Right? Experience is really the only way to get better. Right? You can read as many books as you want, but you're still not going to get better until you apply it. Right? So you actually have to chart yourself. Right? Open up the charts, try and do it yourself. Then, if you want, do a one-on-one with me or a one-on-one with anyone. Right? We can go over, any mistakes that you're making, and you'll really see a huge difference in your trading game. It's really that easy. Right? It really is very simple. Everyone just tries to complicate it too much. There's a lot of, do this, do that in the market, in every single industry. Right? Everyone always thinks they have the best strategy. Just keep it as simple as possible. Right? There's not, an indicator that can trade for you. No, I do not set trailing stops. Why? Because I only take one trade at a time. So it's very easy to manage. The only reason you should need a trailing stop is if you need to walk away from your screen, or you have multiple positions at once and it's tough to manage. But if you only have one position, it's very easy to manage. Anxiety is low. There's not a lot of stress. Here we go with these stupid bots that are coming in. Let me just ban this guy. Okay. One-on-one was worth it. Awesome. And way more consistent on your own. Amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, so market is opening in 2 minutes here. As always, plan the trade the plan. Right, be smart. Today is Wednesday, so be careful. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, or in the Discord, excuse me. All right, have a good one. I'll be in the Discord.
UDXY Boba. Pretty simple. I like to follow along on there. What's going on, Enhanced?
Hey, Nance. Did you see the OI on these like really out the money spec splits enhanced? Oh. There was like these clusters at 3250, 3200, 3150 all have like 15k, 16k OI, and everything else above is like small compared to it. All worthless now, but
Yeah, SPY closed at like a double bottom yesterday, or small double bottom bounce. Still holding up here, so I'm definitely gonna be watching puts under that level though. Rejecting the EMA here. 9 EMA. I'm definitely liking the short side on SPY. I just made an outside bar in the hourly. Nice.
Did you close it already?
Yeah, that was a really nice one. I just can't after the data comes out right away. Yeah, after this hourly outside bar on SPY here, we could be getting some sideways price action for the remainder of the candle. Sir, on a Wednesday too. Crazy.
It's like the day you hate to trade the most.
Yeah, there's a sideways price action.